YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we got another video here by Linus Tech Tips. This video is called Xbox Might Be Cooked. So Xbox has been facing a lot of controversy. They've been increasing their prices from their console. They've been increasing their prices for Game Pass. I own a PC, so I only had Game Pass for 1 month, so I didn't really feel the impacts of, because I have a PlayStation 5 and I don't really buy games no more. I've bought a few games on my PC, no lie, just a few, but only most of them on Steam, thank God. I wanted to actually start buying them on Xbox, but then the only reason why I bought them on Steam is because I could understand the Steam library and the mods easier because of mods on Steam. The only game which I have outside of Steam is maybe Sims, and Sims is a stupid fucking game to invest your time in. But let's check out what this video is saying. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and of course, let's just enjoy the video. Let's go.
Microsoft is in the news for hiking the price of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate again, and this time by 50%. Leading to an historic surge of angry gamers smashing the unsubscribe button. And it has everyone from Microsoft's partners.
You know what's the disappointing part? You know, Xbox can literally wake up tomorrow and say that, yo, we're having the greatest gaming era of our lives. Then the next day they'll be like, you know what, we're just going to increase the prices. Whoever is left is just going to suffer. You know, and it does not serve the customers. It does not serve the consumers, because already Xbox is selling out. Imagine owning an Xbox in 2025, how horrible that shit must be.
To the press, to even individual gamers asking themselves, what the hell is going on at Xbox? I mean, one day, Microsoft is celebrating, hey, Game Pass is totally making tons of money!
Literally, in our face. This company is saying that, yo, we're making the most money we've ever made, $5 billion. Then tomorrow they say that, no, you know what, then fuck you guys. We want more money from you guys too. Like, what? Like, the audacity these companies have.
And then the next day they're like, actually, we're gonna need more money from you? Thanks. On one hand, they're promising new Xboxes are coming for really actually real this time. And then on the other hand, they're like, look at me, your phone is the Xbox now. The same day that Phil Spencer sent out a memo that said
cloud gaming is still in its infancy. I feel like cloud gaming hasn't reached that point where, you know, when you think about the whole PSP, the PS Vita, and like the PlayStation Portable, like not the new shit, that the one which was on the PS3 generation, those destroy every single and the Steam Deck. They destroy every single thing that we've seen in this current generation. Our phones are unsustainable. We cannot be using our phones for gaming. There's already games on the phone that we already use, and it's just crazy how they're trying to make the whole cross to cloud and all of that, which is rubbish.
Our game roadmap has never looked stronger. They notified Xbox employees of a 10% staff reduction across several studios, alongside the cancellation of multiple games. Which is it, Microsoft? Snip?
Dude, it's been so disappointing seeing how Xbox has been handling all of these new studios. If you sold your studio to Xbox, you sold it to go die. It's been very disappointing. Some of these studios would have been better off without Xbox. I thought, you know, when Xbox was buying all the companies, they were doing each and every single company a favor, but they were only doing the owners of the company a favor, not the employees, not the person that is just working there just for the sake of having a job. Because next thing, Xbox can wake up, if one of your games flop, they tell you to go fuck off. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, Xbox has been very disappointing. And the layoffs, again, a company that's saying that they're profitable because the CEOs want more money. The CEOs, the people that are higher up, want more money in their pockets. And it's like, how much money do you actually want? Like, it's crazy, bro.
Snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. I mean, it shouldn't surprise us that much. If we go back to 2013, there was that time Microsoft forgot they were making a game console.
Xbox, go home.
But more recently, these WTF moments seem to be happening more and more frequently, to the point where it's raising the question, is Xbox even going to exist within another generation or two?
No.
Which is
It will, but I don't know, you know, I don't know. Why I'm saying it will, I've heard rumors of Xbox, they might be introducing like a PC-ish type of thing where you can play Steam and there'll be Windows on it, and I'm like, is it even an Xbox at that point? Like I was hearing somebody, because before I bought a PC, I bought a PC because of work. I needed something for work. Meanwhile, I didn't realize the entry to PC is very easy. It is not as difficult as people make it seem. You know, you always want the 4K, you want the graphical impacts, but man, like for what I have it with my PC, it's pretty good. It's pretty good compared. I was comparing it to other streamers in my country, South Africa, not America. I was comparing it to streamers in my country that they didn't even have PCs that came close to mine, and I'm like, whoa, I should have bought a PC a lot earlier than now, you know?
Huge problem, because even though I've never actually owned one personally, I 100% appreciate the value of having Xbox as a player in the space.
Yeah, and if you own a Nintendo Switch, my brother, you need to wake up. Like the Steam Deck 2, Nintendo doesn't love you, like honestly.
So few console makers now, and seeing one of the major makers bow out now would be a big problem for competition.
Yes.
I have owned a lot of Xboxes, and I'm also really terrified of a gaming future where Sony and Nintendo are gonna have free reign to do whatever they like.
That would be the worst gaming future. Nintendo is the worst company for gaming because they don't do any sales. Like they don't think of any consumer. Sony, on the other hand, I'm 50-50. Thank God we have Steam. We have, you know, we have the PC market that is also helping us, because the console market, holy shit, it is in freaking trembles. It's terrible.
Free reign, like, do our segues to our sponsors.
Hetzner, get
Jesus. Okay, get your money, Linus.
for all of its many problems these days, but let's give credit where it's due. $30 a month multiplied by 12 is $360.
That's
Oh
a
my
new
god, we're
console.
so back! We're living in the 360 era again! Let's go!
Okay, but for real, Xbox and PC Game Pass have been a great value for a lot of gamers. They've allowed people to try out experiences they might have otherwise overlooked, gotten eyes on games that might have struggled to find an audience, and, according to some devs, even provided a stabilizing, de-risking presence for some smaller indie releases. It's been so good, in fact, that the service has frankly overshadowed their hardware for quite a while now, which is a shame because Xbox's hardware has also been traditionally pretty darn solid. We're PC people, which means we're often deriding consoles for their aging mid-tier hardware, but when you bear down on what you get for your dollar, it's kind of hard to argue with the...
Yeah, I feel like, you know, especially with graphics, it kind of like, you know, from PlayStation 3, it was like an uphill, but the moment it hit the PlayStation 4, it plateaued. There's nothing different with the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Maybe a few graphical impacts, but it's not that major. Plus the whole, who the fuck is sending me messages? Plus the whole, you know, how can I put this? Plus the whole PS5, the Xbox, and the whole PC era, all of these, they've now plateaued. In the last 10 years, we've been seeing the same kind of games, you know. You can own a lot of games that we have right now on your PlayStation 4, and a lot of them on your PlayStation 5, and a lot of them on your PC. So it's not really like a graphical, you know, we don't need more graphics. We've kind of reached that point where graphics is not the problem no more. It's the style. How is your art style in the game? How does your game style look? How does it play? Does it function very well? I feel like we've seen so many games like Cyberpunk 2077 where they forced to be on the PlayStation 4, but that game wasn't meant to be on the PlayStation 4. It was only for the PlayStation 5, you know. So I feel like we're at those stages right now, you know.
Original MSRPs of the series lineup. Just ignore the 2 price hikes just for a minute.
Imagine.
We'll get to those later. Point is,
The audacity these motherfuckers have to price hike their games. I know Sony has done it, don't get me wrong. But also, you know, it depends on the country that you live in that you feel the impacts of the price hike. But again, bro, the audacity that these people have to price hike their console that is not even the best console in the world. Like, it's mind-boggling, honestly.
for a long time, the combination of an Xbox Series S, or even the X for that matter, plus Game Pass, was a pretty killer entry point into high-fidelity gaming.
Yes.
And this next one definitely benefits us less, but you gotta get...
That is so true. My friend recently bought, no, not recently, like he bought the Xbox Series S 2 years ago. I think because of me, because I kept on preaching that if I was a gamer and I've never owned a PlayStation 4 and I wanted to buy a new console, I would easily start with the Xbox Series S. Because the Xbox Series S was, I think it's like $7,130 in our country, $150. And that's a lot of money. But it's 7,000 Rand. Easy entry to a gaming console. Plus you get Game Pass. And Game Pass you get a lot of games, a lot of variety. The bullshit part was the storage. The storage was killing him because he couldn't get as much games as he wanted to download because of the storage. The storage, you had to buy Xbox's own independent storage device, which is fucking expensive. It literally cost the price of buying two Series S's in my country. So that's what made it a bit unworth it.
Give credit, I guess, to Xbox's business side for successfully accumulating new studios and publishers like a gem-hungry Thanos. It has drastically increased their overall gaming revenue, and to Microsoft's credit, for better or for worse, they haven't greedily gatekept those franchise stones from the competition, which kind of plays into what looks to us like what might be a big switch away from hardware and toward providing services.
Now, Xbox has stated
it's honestly it's an epic fail. You know, the whole thing of them people saying that they've now provided games to PlayStation and they're trying to expand. They're running out of money. It's a business it's cannibalizing itself. The whole because Sony won't. Why isn't Sony waking up tomorrow and saying, you know what? Let's put God of War, Uncharted, all of our exclusive games on the Xbox, because they don't need to. That's why Sony is always like, you get me? Sony understands the whole meta. They understand the whole meta. They understand what this war. It is still a console war, as much as Sony won, and PC is still. I'm telling you, PC. If people understood how easy it is for the entry of a PC, a lot of people would run to PC. I'm telling you, bro. It's just that it's very intimidating. I was very intimidated as me trying to get a PC, I got it for work. I never got it for gaming. So don't ever think that I got it for gaming. I didn't want to game on a PC because I had a PlayStation 5. I got the PC because I'm like, shit, I need to work. I need to do content. I need to do all streaming, all of that. And then once I got it, I'm like, oh, fuck, I should have bought a PC. Why the fuck do I have a PlayStation 5, But again, bro, I even forgot what I was talking about. Let's
many
continue.
times that they do have more Xbox hardware on the way. But honestly, each press release feels less and less like an exciting promise and more like damage control over some bad headlines.
Yeah,
both
they love doing the damage control.
Naming of the current two-tier generation and the fact that seemingly everything with a screen could technically be an Xbox.
That's
Microsoft
rubbish.
is telling us that a singular Xbox is not at the center of their game plan.
It's
and
not.
That means that resources which used to be spent on making the ultimate Xbox experience in one place,
it's over.
Engineering and design time, are trickling out to make their streaming app pretty okay on your LG TV or your Samsung phone. You can kind of see this change with the first-party Xbox handheld being canned, in part due to Microsoft not being so confident they could sell 10 million of them, which, to be fair, not even the Steam Deck has sold that many units. Instead, we're seeing Big Green offload their work, and the risk to simply facilitate the release of an Asus handheld with an Xbox button. And although this might seem just like a neat little side quest that should have little bearing on the future of Master Chief's chefs, it does raise major questions about a shift in paradigm at the old Redmond offices.
Microsoft once fought hard to make their own hardware. Take the Surface, for example, Microsoft's tablet and laptop lineup. They could have easily maintained the status quo, just building their software as bestest as they can and letting the various OEMs build their systems around it. But instead, they invested many millions of dollars to design and build devices from the ground up with custom parts and, this is important, full control of the compromises that make a Surface a Surface.
Bro.
And that point is really important because pretty much every piece of consumer tech has some kind of compromise at its core. Now, usually, these compromises are to keep the cost of manufacturing down so that the price doesn't go too high. Things like skipping out on an OLED screen or making the disk drive a separate thing. But sometimes these compromises could be to the margin of the manufacturer. Say, for example, because they intend to make it back when they sell you software down the road. That's the big deal breaker with the new Asus Xbox handhelds. Microsoft isn't subsidizing the cost, and Asus has to make money on every unit sold because they don't get a 30% cut of whatever you buy in the Xbox store. So the one you actually want is $1,000 US. I mean, that's not that unreasonable given the hardware that's in it and what the costs of it are. But
why would you buy this? Why the fuck would you buy this? Why the fuck would you buy this shit, bro? Like, honestly, why the hell would you wake up and say, okay, I'm gonna buy an ROG Xbox Alley for $1,000? Like, what the hell, bro? What the hell is wrong with you? Literally, go buy a fucking PC at that point. What's wrong with you? I don't even, bro, I drive everywhere. What the hell am I gonna do with the portable freaking RGB? Oh, get a Steam Deck. The fuck? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, oh, freaking buy a PC, dude. Honestly.
Galaxies away from mainstream pricing. And it's another signal, on top of the increased cost of services and the increased cost of Microsoft's own hardware, that Xbox just is not focused on bringing the best value in gaming.
They're not.
Not the way they used to be. But then if Microsoft is just getting OEMs to make their hardware for them now, is Xbox just a logo and Windows?
Hey, what's so bad about Windows being at the center of the future of Xbox? I mean, Windows has phenomenal cosmic compatibility and itty bitty little issues that really do add up. Windows has primarily been a mouse and keyboard product, and using a joypad or touchscreen to navigate currently sucks. The years of patchwork development, multiple releases, and the need for their OS to do everything, not just games, means that there's a ton of inefficiencies and extra processes in the background versus something like SteamOS. Microsoft is working on these issues. Their new Windows handheld mode might actually release before this video does. But what they will never fix is a miscreant's ability to win every match in every lobby by nefarious means. You can't lock Windows down enough to prevent cheating. And they can't...
I mean, cheating is cheating, bro. Like, cheating is not the biggest, like, it's not the end of the world type of thing. It happens. Cheating is cheating. People will cheat no matter what, even on a console.
Really prevent other storefronts from appearing on it, which from a gamer standpoint is pretty freaking great. We love competition, but from Microsoft's perspective, this sucks. Unlike a lockdown console ecosystem, Xbox's services on Windows are just one of several options. They have to keep the value of PC Game Pass much more competitive than on Xbox. There is also an Xbox game storefront on PC, but do you know anyone who buys games from there?
No one.
I don't think so. And while I've heard the fan theories that Xbox is desperate to get Game Pass on competing console platforms, I just don't.
I actually got Xbox Game Pass for 1 month. As soon as I got my PC, I did get it, the Game Pass, but man, was it rough. It was rough, you know, because number one, I had no time. And number two, I always had to be online to play the games. And that's the thing where I'm like, why should I be always online to play a game that I downloaded? And God damn it, you know, like, it was just such a frustration, bro. And plus, you know, the first month when I got my PC, I had no time. I was just so busy, and it was a mistake. It was honestly a mistake I did on my side, but I only did it for 1 month, so yeah, you know.
That happening. For one,
the game I downloaded was Manus Lord, and that time I think Oblivion came out, and I wanted to download Oblivion, but man. The internet that I had at that time, oh my god.
Primary competitors are not interested in having Game Pass in their ecosystem. Nintendo, Sony, and Valve all make their money selling games. And having a competing service that does measurably reduce the amount of games sold is not good business. Two, even if they do let Microsoft weasel its way in, they are simply not going to do so without taking their cut, probably something like 30%. And at that point, I don't think Game Pass can take that big of a hit and remain profitable. And three, this might be the biggest one, Microsoft has signaled that having their biggest hitters as day one offerings on Game Pass loses them a lot of potential money.
Of course.
The $300 million they left on the table with the latest Call of Duty. Right now, Microsoft gets to...
It's the stupid thing of okay, first day Game Pass. If you want our heavy hitters, you just need to buy Game Pass. Dude, you know how you've lost so much millions because you're not forcing people to buy your game. You know, it's man, I don't know. Being an Xbox man, being in Xbox ecosystem, an Xbox fan, owning these consoles must be such a fucking headache, honestly.
Eat their cake with 37 million Game Pass subs and have it too by still selling millions of copies to PlayStation owners. Black Ops 6 was the highest grossing title in franchise history, and this isn't just a COD thing. Microsoft has been the top publisher on PlayStation for several months. And so, even though it feels like Microsoft keeps shooting themselves in the foot at every possible occasion, and even though customers are seemingly turning on Xbox in every market, and even though their piece of the hardware pie keeps shrinking, their gaming division is making more revenue than ever in the history of all of Xbox.
Crazy.
Just because I don't like what they're doing doesn't mean it isn't working for them.
And while I really disagree with some of their moves,
I disagree
think the
with
discussion
everything.
is less about Microsoft's failing strategy and more about them acknowledging the situation. That games exclusivity driving console sales as a primary revenue stream is a thing of generations past.
Yeah.
At least for them. But with
Yeah,
that said,
it's only for them. That's the crazy part. Like them trying to make the whole games generational. Like it's only for them. Microsoft is the only company where they're losing out on the exclusivity market. That's the only one. Sony ain't losing out on it. Nintendo's not losing out on it. Why is Microsoft losing out of it? I understand why they bowed the knee and gave Sony everything, but it's like it's horrible to be a fan of this, bro. It's very horrible.
Is smelling the roses these days. The PS5 has arguably Sony's weakest lineup ever of exclusives.
Yeah, no, I think we only have like 5. Yeah, no. What's the point of owning a PS5 at this point just for 5 games? I don't even own none of them. I don't buy games. Like, the only game I'm waiting for to invest my time in is Grand Theft Auto 6. The rest of the other games, I'm waiting for them to put them on PS Extra. And that's it. I'm not going to invest any of my... If this game doesn't make me want to cry my tears out, I'm not putting money in it. Honest to God, I'm not gonna put any money in the games. I had Ghost of Tsushima. I never finished it, and Ghost of Yotei is out. I'm not buying that shit. There's the new Astro Boy. I'm not buying that shit. I ain't buying none of that shit, bro. I'm gonna buy Schedule 1, fucking whatever the fuck that PC is releasing. I'm buying that shit. You know, none of this new shit.
It's their most profitable generation ever. Which just goes to show people are still buying the consoles, even without the killer apps.
Yeah.
But thanks to capitalism, no competition means that the monopoly charges whatever the heck they want. So please, Valve, please have the new Steam machines be good. Make them a real competitor for a 4K gaming system. Help me, Gabe Kenewell. You're our only hope. Just like this segue is a new hope for our sponsor.
Oh my God.
That.
And I think that's it. Anyways, yeah, no, this console war is over. Basically, it's done. We should just kiss our Xbox goodbye. Get a PC. Fuck a PlayStation. Get a PC, ladies and gentlemen. Stop buying consoles. Stop buying a console. If you have the money, and if PlayStation 6 is around the corner, people are freaking out. I am relaxed because I know that PS6 they will come to PC. So I'm going to sit down, relax, and wait. Because I'm not stressed. All I need to buy is a new graphics card, and that's it. See you guys on the next video. Peace out.